Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our citizens. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Yeah, buddy. They say Marco Rubio walk in the room, everybody lose their job. Yeah, you got fired. Yeah. Marco Rubio walk in the room. Yeah, your department is canceled. Yeah, we're doing layoffs. We're cutting. We're doing a massive layoff. Marco Rubio walked in the building. Oh, hell. Breaking. Marco Rubio odds to be the 2028 Republican nominee hit a 31%, a record high. And on this one, they have J.D. Vance at a 39%, Marco Rubio at a 31%, and they have Ron DeSantis right under at a 5.5%. Oh, boy. What do y'all think of that? Hey. Look like them boys is spending big dollars, huh? Them boys is throwing out big dollars. Hey. It's 2026, Rick. We need to stay focused on 2026 and right now with President Trump, sir. Forget about 2028. We got to stay focused for now. We got the midterms coming up. This thing is getting spicier and spicier and spicier, sir. Okay, all right. All right. I just got to let you know and keep you informed now. Come on now.
In the power plants, just want some clarification. Do you rule out striking civilian infrastructure?
I think I saw, you know, guys, I saw Arachi, their foreign minister, who the other day say or something about their policies, an eye for an eye. The president's policy is a head for an eye. I mean, honestly, that's what it's going to be. I mean, they will pay a very heavy price for the things they're doing. They're already paying a very heavy price. You guys don't know it because you don't cover it. You're not in Iran. You're not in the street. They don't have a free media. But they're going to continue to pay a very heavy price. Their industrial base has been decimated. Their defense industrial base has been decimated. They're losing launchers. They're losing radars every single night. They are suffering billions of dollars in damage, and their economy is a disaster. But despite all that, okay, these people who are calling us every day, begging, let's do a deal. They send us messages through other countries, third countries. I mean, they're running out of countries to send. Even I had countries here coming up to me, oh, I just spoke to the Iranians. They want to do a deal. The problem is, every time these people do a deal, they either break it or after they make it, they want to change the deal. So they're probably not ready to do a deal yet, but they will be soon because the price they're paying is very high despite their tough talk and their flowery language and their stupid Lego videos they put out. I've never seen them, but they put these things out on social media. Despite all that bravado, they are suffering tremendously, and they're going to suffer more until they come to their senses. They're not there yet, unfortunately.
Sharing information with Iran targeting U.S. troops?
Well, who says that they are?
Are they not?
Who says they are?
I accept the knowledge that Russia was enabling in some ways, Russia and China.
Yeah, but that's a different question from what you just asked me. Who said that they're doing
They've
that?
been reporting that there's...
Reporting in the media?
Yeah.
Oh, then it must be true.
So is it
It's in
not-
the media. It's a leaker. I'm not going to, let's imagine that were true. I certainly wouldn't discuss it in the press. I've already told you guys yesterday something, and I was very clear about it. Nothing that Iran is doing, nothing that anyone's doing to help Iran is in any way increasing their ability to target Americans. What you need to all understand, because we've explained this repeatedly, is Iran has spent the better part of 20 years not just sponsoring terrorism, but building long-range rockets, short-range missiles, and drones. And they were intending to build them a lot more. They were intending to double their stockpile. The stuff you're seeing them use now, they were going to double that. And they were going to use that and hide behind that to say, we're untouchable. We can now do a nuclear weapon, and you guys can't touch us or we'll overwhelm your air defenses, which is why the president had to address this threat. And he did, and he should have. Another president should have done it earlier.
So Marco Rubio is saying that Iran was doubling production of their weapons and they were going to use that to basically act as a shield and then accelerate their nuclear program, which then could have been used to target America. So is there any evidence of that? And actually there is. Iran has been heavily investing for about 2 decades in ballistic missiles, short and medium range, rockets, and one-way attack drones. It has a type of drones right here. There's an assessment that indicated efforts to accelerate the production significantly. So this is what Marco Rubio was talking about, with goals of growing the stockpile substantially. Estimates of moving from roughly 3,000 towards 6,000 to 8,000. So that's more than double, or even higher, figures like 10,000 by 2028. So 2028 is pretty soon. So they were planning on really ramping up their production and making this happen. And that's exactly what they were doing. They were going to enable this to become like a shield to overwhelm the air defenses. So this aligns with what Marco Rubio was saying. So What he's saying is backed up by real facts and real reporting. Iran was absolutely planning on getting a huge stockpile. They were going to use all these items as a shield, and then they were going to build nuclear weapons, which then, of course, is very concerning because Muslims with nuclear weapons is not going to be good for anyone who is not a Muslim.
The very idea that far-left terrorism could be a serious threat is treated as a right-wing fever dream, or worse, as a dangerous fascist conspiracy. It's treated this way by many in the press, by many in academia and our universities, and by many of our legacy institutions. A whole industry grew up in our countries around the study of extremism. We have think tanks and fellowships and journals and consultancies with the unspoken understanding among them that the only kind of political violence that was a true threat to our system, that only one kind of political violence was a true threat to the system. A bomb planted by a neo-Nazi group was a nefarious and murderous act of evil. It is. But a bomb planted by a Marxist revolutionary, well, that's just merely a tragic excess of idealism. Perhaps its means were misplaced or overzealous, but its ends were virtuous and just. That's the implication of how they treat it. For years, this extraordinary ideological prejudice was embedded in the way we talked about political violence and extremism. It was repeated again and again until it was accepted as the neutral and objective baseline, so entrenched in the mainstream conventional wisdom that it came to be regarded as an apolitical fact. It is the reason why, here in my country, so many people in positions of power have repeatedly dismissed acts of violence and even terrorism as legitimate forms of political expression, so long as they served a left-wing cause. It is why during those so-called George Floyd riots in the summer of 2020, as criminals and extremists burned and looted their way through America's great cities and nearly brought the country to its knees, city governments all across the country simply refused to prosecute the people conducting these acts of violence and terror. It is the reason for the now infamous image, maybe you all recall this, of a news anchor from a very prominent agency, a news anchor standing in a neighborhood consumed in flames. Meanwhile, the chyron on the bottom read that the protests were mostly peaceful. This was something worse than a double standard. Left-wing violence was not just excused, it was treated as sacrosanct, a protected class unto itself. That era has to—
Oh, wait, oh, hell, we got an ad free. Free cash? Not the socialist communist. Things just can't be free. You got to be kidding. It's real. They say it's real. Free cash. And all you need is your phone. You're on your phone every single day. Now, it ain't a get rich quick type of deal, but hey, $10, $20 a day, maybe even higher than that in some of these games. But from your phone, free cash? Oh, man, it's free. And you know what? It actually is easy free cash. I myself and friends have already started and made a few bucks these last few days. And you can too. I mean, it's kind of like a little side hustle from your phone. And you can easily start for free by scanning the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description box down below. But as you see on the screen, it's very simple and easy. And you also have multiple options if you also want to spend a couple bucks in game to hit levels faster, which lets you unlock bigger offers and huge payouts. And that's how some users end up earning hundreds, even 500 or more on certain offers. But it's all up to you how you want to play it. Most people make 10 to 20 a day easily, you know, and to me, that sounds like a win, you know. But also, if you scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description box down below, they are giving you $10 to start. So don't miss out on the opportunity. Oh boy, Cuba, ladies and gentlemen, Cuba.
Still be in power with.
So you want me to give you details on our plan?
Yeah. Just,
okay, not today. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you this. No, here's what I told you, and this is the truth. The people who are in charge of the country don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They don't know how to fix their economy. They don't know how, they don't understand basic concepts. And I think the challenge that Cuba has faced for the last 15 years is they want to somewhat improve their economy, but but they're afraid that if they improve it too much, they'll lose political control over people. That's the challenge that they face. So I think for us, we're looking for an opportunity to influence the direction that that goes, because it's 90 miles from our shores, and we want Cuba to be prosperous. We want Cuba to be free. But in that sense, you know, on the level of detail you're asking me, suffice it to say that as long as the people that are in charge think the way these people think and act the way these people act, it's going to be difficult for them to make the changes that need to be made in order for Cuba to have a better future. Because they just really, they don't understand it. Some of them are incompetent, and some of them just basically don't understand, and others are just so recalcitrant that they'd rather, you know, destroy the country than ever walk away from a failed ideology, although I think the number of people in that category is less than it's ever been. But for the most part, it's just people that don't know what an economy is supposed to look like. They really don't. Because they've always relied on foreign sponsors. That regime has survived on subsidies from the Soviet Union and then from Chavez. This is the first time they don't have a sponsor that's giving them subsidies for free. And they don't know what to do with themselves, because all they've done is freeload off these countries for all these years. The people of Cuba deserve better than that.
Republicans who have said they want you to take over the Iran negotiations. They trust you. They think that you will prioritize Israel's interests, and they're attacking Vice President Vance.
Who are these prominent Republicans?
Senator Sheehy, the Wall Street Journal opinion page. There's people.
Well, that's not Republican. That's a newspaper.
Well,
you're a troublemaker with these questions.
It leans right.
No. Look, guys, listen. Here's the bottom. You know who the lead negotiator is? His name is Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States. That's who dictates our policy. He has a team of people that work together on this. We all have a role to play, depending on what the topic is.
Shut it down, Rubio. Shut it down.
Woodcock and Jared Kushner. We have the Vice President of the United States, which is the second highest ranking official, which tells you how the importance we've given this file. Obviously, I have a role to play. The Department of War has had a role to play. That's how we approach it. This doesn't, I mean, it's a combined effort, and it always should be.
Do you wish people didn't endorse you to take over the talks yourself?
I mean, you're telling me about that, but that's not how our system works. That's not how this administration works. It starts at the top. The president is in charge, and he has a team of people that provide counsel and provide advice, but ultimately whose job it is to execute on the president's directive. We have a great team that works very well together. On that topic, we work well together on a number of topics. We work together as a team on Lebanon. We've worked together as a team on Venezuela. We've worked together as a team on the Thailand-Cambodia peace agreement that was put together. We've worked together as a team. We have a really good core team that works on foreign policy and national security. And oftentimes it's a multi-agency effort, because there's a role for Treasury to play. Sometimes there's a role for energy to play. That's how these things work. It's not one person. It's all these different elements of our government that have to work in conjunction and in concert to execute on the president's directive and on the direction that he's giving us.
She just shut down that reporter. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Marco Rubio. Whoa, don't mean to interrupt, but y'all know this love is on my heart. And I want to bring you once again sponsorships and ads for you guys and your loved ones, man, because you just never know what somebody is going through, man. And the ones we did previously on this show, y'all showed so much love and support to one another, man. And it's a blessing. You know, and I want to keep doing this, keep bringing on many of you guys campaigns and just being a blessing to you guys, you know. But this lady here, man, she's been a part of the show for quite a long time, man. Shout out to this beautiful lady here, Miss Christy. She's been here for years, y'all. And it's crazy because she follows me on Facebook and my mom. And she's been giving us updates of what's been going on. And I just, you know, I've been getting so many people reaching out to me all over. It's been hard to keep up, but I've been seeing some of the updates, man, and we've been praying for this lady. And I came across a GoFundMe that she posted, and I said, you know what? So she probably might be watching right now and seeing this, and hey, here we go, you know. But actually, my mom donated to this 1 month ago, so $50 raised, and it's just a $6,000 campaign. So y'all can hit the links down below. Again, if 6,000 people are watching this and one person donates $1, I mean, that's it. You know, just being a blessing. But she is going through it. She says, my name is Christy. I'm reaching out for support during a very challenging time in my life. I've been living with lupus stage 2 kidney disease, Raynaud's, sarcoidosis, fibromyalgia, and several other autoimmune diseases. Recently, I received the difficult news that I have a tumor outside of my brain. This diagnosis has brought on severe migraines and has made it impossible for me to work, putting a tremendous amount of financial and emotional strain on my husband and me. The funds raised through this campaign will go directly toward covering my doctor copays, prescriptions, and other monthly bills while I'm unable to work. Every little bit helps to ease the burden and allow us to focus on my health and recovery rather than the amounts and expenses. Thank you so much to anyone who's able to help, whether through a donation or by keeping us in your prayers. Kindness and support mean the world to us during this difficult journey. And I will be going on here to donate very shortly. But God bless Miss Christie. We're sending my love and prayers to you. And again, I've been seeing these updates and I've just been praying. I'm like, she's posted the migraines a few days ago, but I just ran across this GoFundMe. So I was like, we got to bring this to the sponsorships and ads for you guys and your loved ones. And again, I want to put you guys on my show. Reach out to me once we do these campaigns and we get more circled through. Please don't be afraid to reach out. Send it to me. I want to continue to be a blessing to you guys. But again, link is in the description box down below. If you can just even a couple cents, $1, to be a blessing to Miss Christie. But I love to see that my mom literally is the first donor on here. And this was 1 month ago. So there it is, y'all. Link in the description box down below. And let's get back into today's show.